Ciao cari, have you ever experienced in your life situation where you were absolutely frustrated by the outcome and that was not the first time that happened to you? I'm going to explain you exactly why you actually find yourself in situation, in loop, where the outcome is always the same and you feel you are trapped in those scenarios. That has to do with your subconscious mind. Unfortunately, the subconscious mind is part of our mind that get programmed through our experience. The parents that we have, the interaction that we have with our parents, the friend that we made while we were a child, while we were a teenager. By growing up, when we are 25 years old, our subconscious mind is pretty much made to trigger neuroplasticity, the capacity of the brain to actually absorb a change in the electrical neural pathway. You actually have to be intentional and adopt specific approach to predispose the brain to absorb new information or new elements. The subconscious mind is a great part of our brain because actually it makes us to behave in an automatic way. It's a defensive mechanism because you don't want to disperse so much energy in doing things that are not that important. The problem is all the negative experience from the past, they actually mark us in a very specific way, and in the present and in the future, many of our actions are the result of trauma or bad experience that we had in the past and we are not aware of. There is one way to change your life. There is one way. You need to reprogram your subconscious mind. And you do with two simple approaches: journaling and meditation. When you journal, you actually slow down your thinking process. You get familiar with the thoughts that are in your head. You slow your thinking process, and now you can actually review what happened. You start to transfer part of your subconscious mind into the conscious mind. You become conscious about the dynamic in your head. You start to gain control. That control gives you power, little by little. Meditation does kind of a similar thing. Really, during meditation, you improve the blood circulation, you boost the oxygenation in your brain, especially the prefrontal cortex. That is the part of the brain that helps you to analyze situation, to analyze your surrounding. When the prefrontal cortex is more oxygenated, you are more efficient in looking at things objectively and getting information. You have what is called a clear mind. And so when you meditate, and usually during meditation you actually review the experience from the past. Now you become familiar with whatever happened to you that you believe was there to define you. It was never the case. You start to become familiar and you started to observe the feeling that you have. By observing your feeling, you become familiar with the emotions that are triggered by those experiences, and you start to get control of those dynamics. More control, more power. You started to be more and more connected to your real value, the one that are not polluted by traumas and bad experience of the past. By doing this constantly and daily, you actually become more and more conscious about whatever happened to you that has nothing to do with you. And you are actually more conscious about your next action. You can control one thing, your action. By changing your action, you will eventually change the way you feel and the way you think. By changing your action and really aiming at something that is healthy and good, something that you really want, something that you have been dreaming for so long. By doing that, you will completely transcend your old self to a new version of you that it was just an image before, it's just an illusion to you. But it starts to materialize more and more you meditate and more you journey. It's a journey. You need to be committed, otherwise you will never start, and you need to be consistent. You will never complete the task. Good luck, and be all in. Thank you for listening.